What is going on, Digimon players? Back here with some EX4 action, showing off not so much ShineGreymon. Honestly, this deck doesn't really get good until next set, but it's still really sick, and we've got some cool things like Ruin Mode, still got Marcus, as well as the really strong BT12 Rise Greymon, as well as BT12 ShineGreymon. Of course, that's all good, and but what we're really here for today is going to be Omnimon Alter S. So our opponent is going to start off with Rookie, plus the Matt and Tai Dual Tamer for the Alter S deck. Blue-red Dual Tamer. Color doesn't really matter too much, but it's got a couple of really cool effects that we'll get into in a little bit. So we're going to start off with Agumon X Antibody, which I actually do quite like in the ShineGreymon deck. Not only is it added consistency, but it also does have the dinosaur in its type, so you do evolve for 2 with the GeoGreymons. GeoGreymon not being able to play Marcus since we don't have one, I'm just trying to cycle until we can see some more Tamers with the Rise Greymon. And so our opponent is going to have a really strong turn 2. So we are going to see the Greymon Digivolve for a cost of 2. All level 4s pretty much have the same effects, so we are going to be able to Digivolve one of our other Digimons into a Garurumon, but first, because we've got the Tamer on field, we can use its effect to play a Gabumon for no cost, since we did evolve into a Greymon, and if you evolve into Garurumon, you play the Gabumon. So basically both lines do like the same thing, but they work for like the other line, if that makes sense. And then since we played a Gabumon or Agumon, we can gain a memory, and now we're going to resolve the Greymon's effect to Digivolve into Garurumon for a -2 cost, so Digivolving for free, which then evolves the other stack for -2 cost, so Metal Greymon for 1, which goes back to evolve the other stack for -2 cost. So we are going to see Garurumon for 1 here, and then we also do have some memory gains and some draws going on here. Since we evolved both stacks, we are going to take a step back here. It's not actually my turn yet. We got both the Gabumon and Agumon Heritage, so that's going to be a draw and a +2 memory. Continuing the turn with the Garurumon effect can definitely evolve into another Digimon, but I think our opponent here was lacking the level 6. So we're just going to go black memory boost for a cost of 3, revealing the top 4, and there we see the Crest Garurumon, unfortunately bottom decking 2 of the Alter S here. So we're just going to put those at the bottom and then grab the Crest for next turn. Crest does on evolve bottom deck all, I think 6,000 or lower, so we are just barely out of that threshold. So it is time to just dig a little bit and grab some more Digimon cards to set up with our Ruin Mode play, because you see it and we got 3 in hand. So we're definitely going to want to get that guy onto the field at some point. So I'm going to play TK here for a cost of 4, just grabbing the BT12 Rise Greymon here for off the TK effect, and then recovering 1 since it is a yellow. Digimon can't do too much, and unfortunately can't really get rid of my opponent's field since I don't have many Tamers. Won't be able to -DP with the ShineGreymon. So our opponent is going to be able to do whatever they please. So Agumon in the back here, Digivolving on top of Tsunamon. That actually should be for a 1 cost. That Agumon is not free, so our opponent should technically be at 3 here, but we'll see. It won't matter too much. We are going to Digivolve for 3, and then since we Digivolved into a Digimon, we're going to be able to gain a memory off the Greymon stack, putting us to 2, and then Crest Garurumon's effect will activate, allowing you to either bottom deck some stuff, DNA, or Digivolve one of your other Digimon. So that is going to swing into security. Not really afraid of anything. It's 12k reboot blocker, and then we're just going to probably pass turn with something like a Agumon here. So Agumon is going to be played for a 3 cost, revealing the top 3, grabbing a Greymon, and then also grabs a Garurumon or Omnimon, so +2 is really nice. And then of course being able to utilize the Tai Tamer, Tai Mat here, to be able to gain the extra memory. And then being able to continue the turn by Digivolving possibly into something like a Garurumon here, a Greymon, so Greymon for a cost of 2. Once again triggering our second set of inheritance to yet again gaining another memory, and then Greymon when Digivolving, Digivolve into another Digimon, so we are going to just pass turn with that. And then Crest Garurumon is going to unsuspend with the inherited of Reboot, and we've got 2 blockers to deal with, so really annoying stuff. Now, I will say that the deck it does do some really cool things, very efficient, and can basically just evolve into your full line of like all the way up into level 6 in a single turn from a rookie. That being said, the cards themselves don't actually really do that much, so I think Bandai did a pretty decent job of like balancing this deck. It's not quite as unfair as you might think. All that free like cost reduction isn't quite as crazy because realistically, like only the level 6s do anything, and you're looking at a devolve or a bottom deck 6k. Like it's not that crazy strong. So anyways, we're just going to pass turn with ShineGreymon plus Analog. Not seeing any of our Marcuses is really unfortunate, but hopefully with the ShineGreymon we'll be able to get that extra memory, and of course with Analog on field, if our opponent does out the ShineGreymon here, it is going to be able to trigger the Analog Youth. So our opponent is going to attack with the Garurumon here for, once again, 12,000 at security. Being able to have the reboot is really nice, and then we're just going to Digivolve Garurumon on top of that Agumon for a cost of 2, and then again triggering our inherited effect, so being able to gain 3 memory and an extra draw is pretty insane, and then now resolving the Garurumon effect after the draw to hopefully increase our hand size to where we have the appropriate levels. Again, Metal Greymon for a -2 cost. I think this deck would have been pretty terrible if you had to like pay all the costs, like just 2 and 3 and stuff, but the fact that you evolve basically everything for -2 is really insane. Like it's pretty cool. And then Digivolving Garurumon, and then Garurumon is going to Digivolve the Blitzgreymon. Blitzgreymon, of course, only costing 2 here on top of the Metal Greymon, 3, but of course it is -2, so it does only cost 1. Effectively is really strong. And then going to be able to end of turn utilize the Blitzgreymon effect to DNA Digivolve into the Omnimon Alter S, the big boy we've all been waiting for. So on evolve, he does a couple things, deleting at 8,000 DP or less, and then bottom decking a 6,000 DP or higher, level 6 or higher. So we are going to be able to trigger the Analog, of course, but it's going to pass turn regardless. And then we've got a reboot blocker, 15k to deal with, and of course the fact that Alter S does actually float into both Blitzgreymon and Garurumon upon deletion, and then sticking himself at the bottom of your security stack is pretty insane. So not really much we can do here. ShineGreymon, like I said, a really cool deck. If you can set up a Ruin mode early, it can do some stuff, but realistically, this deck is just like, it's just not good, dude. Like, so we're gonna swing with the Alter S, trashing a security card off of the Blitzgreymon effect, and then just going for a game off of that. Those last couple of swings there. So game number 2, I'm going to go ahead and start with the TK here. TK is going to grab an Agumon for our follow-up next turn, being able to either Digivolve it for 0 or being able to just hard play. And once again, I do apologize for this. That Agumon is not free on top of an egg. In this scenario, it did not matter because my opponent did just pass, but keep in mind that only evolves 0 on top of Korumon. So we are just going to be able to Digivolve into the Agumon in the back, the EX4 Agumon, and then playing our buddy on to the field for a cost of 3. No Marcus, but we are going to see ShineGreymon, and we do have a Marcus in hand, so we can definitely play that. Unfortunately, no BT11 Marcus, or sorry, BT12 Marcus to BT12 ShineGreymon is what I mean, to be able to play the Marcus for free. So anyways, our opponent is going to bring out, and once again, the Dual Tamer proving it is quite the powerful card, being able to, once you Digivolve, being able to play the other line at no cost, being able to play the Gabumon for free, and gaining a memory off of it, since we did play Gabumon, and then Gabumon getting the search, hitting nothing, unfortunately, but now resolving the Greymon effect to be able to Digivolve that Gabu into a Garurumon for free, triggering draw 1 off of the Tsunamon, and then triggering the Garurumon effect to be able to Digivolve the Greymon into Metal Greymon for a cost of 1, and then Metal Greymon will Digivolve the other stack, gaining a memory, of course, since it did now see that evolution, Digivolving into Garurumon for a cost of 1, Garurumon's effect being able to then Digivolve even further, unless we're missing any level 6s, but nope, we are going to Digivolve for 4 -2, so this actually does just cost 2, because it is 4 on top of just a black, since we're evolving over Metal Greymon, so it is actually just going to cost 2 here, since the Garurumon does reduce the cost. and going to be able to then Digivolve that guy into ShineGreymon again for 2 costs since it's 4-2, and then being able to either DNA or de-evolve something or Digivolve something else. But we are just going to pass that. So again, turn 2, double megas on field. This deck is kind of saucy, man. Like again, it's not the most insane board. Like these are realistically just big blockers that don't have any protection, don't really do anything on attack, anything like that. But the value you get out of those interactions and the amount that you cycled in your deck is pretty sick. Now we are going to do our bread and butter play with the Marcus here, being able to swing, Digivolving the ShineGreymon for free, and then being able to gain a memory off of its Evo, and then Marcus being put onto security because of the ShineGreymon effect. We can definitely use ShineGreymon to do like a -3k here, but it wouldn't really be as impactful. So we are just going to play another Marcus to have a really strong follow-up the next turn, because we've got Marcus in security. That will be double Marcus hitting the board. So ShineGreymon is going to swing, ShineGreymon as well as going to swing here for 12k. Not really worried about anything. Even something like a Sunrise Buster it would be able to kill the one of the stacks. But even then you're not like in the worst position. So we are just going to cycle a little bit and then finally drew into the Alter S that we needed. So our opponent is going to go into Omnimon Alter S, once again utilizing both effects to be able to delete 6,000 or lower, or 8,000 or lower, and then bottom decking a 6 or higher. So it kind of goes both ways, being able to kill like effectively a level 5 or lower, and then getting rid of a 6 or higher is really strong. And then ShineGreymon on attack is going to be able to bottom deck the Agu. ShineGreymon being able to suspend and then trash security, and then being 1,000 extra because of the fact that we got that Agumon underneath is going to dodge the Ruin mode. But of course, even if you do crash it, that wouldn't really be the worst thing. Just being able to float into 2 guys is pretty sick. So we're just going to go ahead and do that, and then on playing Agumon, our opponent already has lethal and has cleared a board. No Marcus's effect this turn since we do not have a yellow, or since we don't have an Agumon or Greymon in play. Basically, there's really not much we're going to be able to do. So we can definitely just like Shining Blast here to clear the Agumon, but even then that Alter S is clearing a security. So that's still lethal on board unless there's just something crazy in my security. So I'm going to move out, and then Alter S just going to swing here, getting rid of one security, hitting the last one, and then that is just going to be game. So guys, that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think of Alter S, and we will see you guys in the next one.